Have you ever wondered how well you could play Minecraft if you were only allowed underground? Well, I did. And oh boy, it was an experience. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but only 6.8% of you guys watching this are subscribed, so it'd be really helpful if you guys subscribed and left a comment and left a like. It'd be really helpful for the channel. I know it's annoying when people ask this, but it'd be really nice. I decided that this challenge, I wanted a goal. I wanted to survive 25 days underground only. I've already tried this a few times. Oh, I'm dead. But as you can see, they didn't they didn't do very well. You start this challenge by going into spectator mode as soon as you start a world and going straight into the first mine shaft you see, so you even have a chance. Because if you just went into a random cave, you wouldn't be able to do this. As soon as you get into the mine shaft, there are a few things you might want to do first. You might want to get some of the wood surrounding you to make a pick, sword, and it's very essential stuff. However, you could be like me and search for a mine shaft chest to get some really good luck. And depending on how good that chest is, I think it can make or break your playthrough. Day 1's the most important day, as this is the day you need to set up everything. You're going to need a pickaxe to get mining. Lucky for me, since I was so deep, I had easy access to diamonds to make some nice diamond armor. The second thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need a source of food. Food is scarce down here and there's only a few options. You can 1. Get lucky and find some beetroots. 2. Glowberries. You can find them in the mine shafts and they grow on the ceiling so you don't need to worry about dirt like beetroots. Or 3. Zombie flesh. Trust me, zombie flesh is the worst option, but it is the easiest. Me personally, I was lucky to get glowberries in my starting chest, so I started a glowberry farm almost immediately. I also spent a long part of day 1 getting wood to build my base and to make tools. At the end of the day, I mined out a little crevice to store my stuff in as my inventory was getting full and I desperately needed a safe place. And that was the end of day 1. At the start of day 2, I was slowly dying because I had ran out of food and needed to eat some rotten flesh. Not starting out good. However, I did meet a zombie villager, and I trapped them. Though they did eventually despawn, so it's not like it really mattered. I spent pretty much the whole day of day 2 mining because I needed coal, so I had to go up more closer to the surface, and since I was so far down, it took so long. And that's basically all that happened in day 2. Nothing else of relevance. The third day in this challenge was almost exactly like the second day, as we really just needed resources to keep on going. However, mining, we accidentally mined into a lush cave, which, as soon as I broke in and explored and saw all the glowberries growing, decided that this is going to be our base. After moving everything up into the new base and decorating it, that was basically the end of the third day, and we just did a bit more mining. On the fourth day of this challenge, I woke up after finally making a bed. Why did I make a bed? I don't really know. I just had a bunch of string I've been collecting from all the cobwebs, but that doesn't really matter. When I woke up that morning, I slowly realized I had no food, and my glowberries weren't growing very fast, which is bad. So, from my exploration the last few days, I had been able to collect a bunch of dirt, beetroot, and wheat seeds, so I started my farm. That's basically what I spent the entire of day 4 doing, and nothing really happened, but this farm was a big point for this playthrough. I spent a lot of day 5 going down to my old base, cutting the leftover loot and bringing it back up to my new base. And since that took such a long time, there wasn't really much I could do, so I went back down to the depths and went mining and hunting for mobs, as well as collecting leftover loot in some mine chests, because at this point I really want to get an enchant table so I can eventually make enchants, which will greatly help and increase our survivability down in the depths. Day 6 was very similar to day 5, except I wasn't bringing stuff up to my old base. I just spent almost the entire time mining and looking for chests. However, I did find this giant lush cave that I did kinda sorta get lost multiple times and almost died multiple times. But I did find a cool spore blossom that I used for my base, and I found an axolotl. His name's Jeffrey. I spent about half of day 7 mining obsidian for an enchant table and nether portal. We're Thank you, Rain, for ruining my bit. As I was saying, we're locked out of a lot of stuff in this playthrough, but the nether being one giant cave is really nice because I have no qualms with going there. Though, yes, the loot there is really good. There's so many downsides. You can easily die from lava, gas, even piglin brutes if you're not careful, or you get overly or if you get overly ambitious. After I finished collecting all the obsidian needed for a nether portal and enchant table, against my better judgment, I made a nether portal and entered it. For some reason, not a very good idea looking back at this part in this of this part of the playthrough, man. It's such a bad idea. I should be doing that. Anyway, I went into the nether. Lava fell in front of my portal, which wasn't great, and I had to block that off somehow to get back home. But I explored a while, collected some nether quartz, nearly died to a ghast, and I found it. I found the nether fortress. It was surprisingly really close to my base, which was awesome. So I decided to head back home and, maybe get some food so I wouldn't die next time I come and could get a bunch of blaze rods for potions. However, as I entered my nether portal and went back home, I was not home. I was greeted with the surprise of being in a completely different cave. And that was the end of day 7. I didn't record much of day 8, mostly because I forgot because I had gone to the next day in real life. Crazy how that works. So I didn't record the first half, but it was just me mining back to my base, which took an awful long time, and I didn't even find anything good. However, after I finally got back to my base, I pretty much just sat around and decorated my base because I needed food, as I wanted to go to the nether without the fear of dying because I didn't bring enough food, and that would honestly just suck if that was how I went out. Day 9, I went into the nether to get blaze rods to make a brewing stand. However, I decided to get a bunch of arrows from piglins first, as if I didn't, that'd suck. They have range, very scary. So I used my arrows to shoot the blazes through a little hole I made after I found the blaze spawner. When I ran out of arrows, I built a box around the blaze spawner, specifically so the outside blazes couldn't shoot me, while I can't shoot them. After collecting about 6 or so blaze rods, I headed back home, and that was the end of day 9. Day 10, I was planning to go mining, but on my way to the mine, I found a zombie villager. So I decided to try and trap him. He nearly killed me a few times, but I finally was able to trap him after a while, and nicknamed him Greg. And then I spent the rest of the day mining. It wasn't a very fulfilling day. So I started day 11 slowly dying of poison. Not a very good start, and might be foreshadowing, who knows. Anyway, I was slowly realizing I really need enchants. I'm planning on taking on the Ender Dragon kinda soon. I just need a bunch of Ender Pearls, as I already have an easy way to get all the Blaze Rods. And there's only, and I only know of one way to get enchants right now, as I don't know how to get paper. I know of one place called Nether Fortresses or Bastions. They have enchanted loot. Pretty good enchanted loot, at least in the Bastion. So, I gathered up all my courage, knowing that this is probably, if I die now, this is how I'm gonna die. Painfully, and in the Bastion or Nether Fortress. So I spent a while gathering up all of my crops that I could, using all the bone meal I could to make food for my perilous, my very scary journey. I ran head first into the Nether portal and started exploring the Nether fortress. This was until I came and found a bastion, which is high luck, high reward, high risk, high reward, whatever seemed different. I knew that Piglin Birds are the most dangerous thing in these bastions. They are terrifying. I don't know how much damage they do. I just know they do a lot and can easily kill me even with full diamond gear. So I wasn't even going to wear my golden boots. I mean, I was trapping and killing all the Piglin Brutes that I could, as I knew they were a danger. Even if they couldn't hit me, I don't know what they could do. They could phase through walls somehow. I don't really know. Minecraft's weird. So I was just killing them, even if they couldn't hit me. And I was looting as fast as I could, as I knew they were a danger. And I did not want to be anywhere near them. However, and I think this next clip can really show a perilous mistake on my behalf. So yeah, I died. Um, I might do this challenge another time, but frankly, it was getting kind of boring. Just kind of why I ran into the Nether Fortress or Bastion. Because if I died, I don't know. Anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell and all that boring stuff. If you do want to see more content like this, I'm totally up for it. Well, it was boring at times. It was still an interesting challenge and very new to me. So I'm open to doing something like this again. But yeah, bye-bye.